The African Cup of Nations is at the last 16 stage. We're at the knockout stage of the tournament after what's been an exciting group stage so far. The hosts Egypt are through. They play over the weekend, but the action starts on Friday with Morocco versus Benin.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one, this. I mean, defending champions Morocco, and they put up a pretty good title defence so far. They've won all of their games, all by 1-0 scorelines as well, so they've been good at the back. Not scoring many, but they've been getting the job done. As for Benin, well, 3 straight draws for them, so they managed to sort of scrape into this stage of the competition, which is still an achievement for them. You just wonder if they've got enough to get past Morocco, and I can't really see it, unfortunately, for them. They've only scored 2 goals, they've had 2 0-0s in there, so I think against the higher level teams, I don't think they'll be able to get it done, so you've got to look to Morocco for this, even a Morocco win to 0.
Yeah, 3 1-0 wins doesn't exactly suggest that they've been on fire so far, Morocco, but they've got the job done, and I'd expect them to continue in that vein in the first knockout game. Also on Friday then, it's Senegal versus Uganda. Senegal, one of the stars really of the African Nations Cup down the years, and they've got plenty of names, household names that people will be very familiar with, not least Sadio Mane, the Liverpool striker, and you expect Senegal to be too good for Uganda.
Yeah, you do. I mean, one of the powerhouses, aren't they, Senegal, and they've not done badly in this competition so far. They've had a couple of wins and a defeat, but they go up against the Uganda side, again similar to Benin. They've done very well to get to this stage of the competition. 4 points from a possible 9 they got, but it was the defeat that worries me for Uganda, because it was against Egypt, a higher level opposition. They lost 2-0. They didn't look like they could break them down, and going up against the Senegal side that have been, like I said, pretty good and consistent so far, you'd feel it is a bridge too far for Uganda, so you've got to go for Senegal.
On Saturday, 2 really enticing games, I think. Cameroon versus Nigeria we'll look at first of all. 2 established African nations. They're used to competing in World Cups, never mind African Cup of Nations. This one might be a difficult one to call.
Yeah, it could be. I look at Nigeria though, and a little bit disappointed with them so far in the tournament, because they should have topped their group, but they didn't. They were beaten to top spot by Madagascar, so that's not very good for a Nigeria squad that has got a lot of household names in there, a lot of quality, but unable really to get ticking at the moment. Cameroon, well, they've been built on defence really. They've had 2 0-0 draws and they had a 2-0 victory, so very, very good at the back, obviously yet to concede. You wonder if they've got the firepower, but I think they probably will just edge this one, like I said, against a Nigeria team that aren't really hitting their stride yet. So for me, it's got to be Cameroon.
Also on Saturday, probably the tie of the last 16. It's the hosts Egypt against South Africa. South Africa have struggled so far, but Egypt, backed by a vociferous home support, they're going to get another big crowd in on Saturday when they take on South Africa. Star players as well, not least Mohamed Salah, the Liverpool man. I think Egypt are getting better as the tournament goes on as well, aren't they? I'd be surprised if South Africa can stop them.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't really see South Africa doing anything in this game. You look at Egypt, they've won all 3 of their games, they've scored 5 goals, they're yet to concede, so all the stats are building in the right direction for them. Mentioned a few of the household names. I mean, Mohamed Salah is the one for Egypt. He's the heartbeat of the team, and I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get on the score sheet. He's got 2 goals in the competition, as does El Mohammadi, so they're in good form for Egypt. You look at South Africa, they only just scraped into this stage of the competition. They were the 4th best, 3rd ranked team out of all the groups there, so they've been very, very poor so far. They've only scored 1 goal, and to get past an Egypt side, like I said, have been very good at the back, all clean sheets. I can't see it happening.
So that's Friday and Saturday. Sunday and Monday, 2 games as well on both days. Sunday it's Madagascar against Democratic Republic of Congo, and also Algeria against Guinea. I think Congo will get the better of Madagascar, even though they obviously did well to qualify as group leaders. And then Algeria, Guinea. Algeria got some players that people will definitely have heard of, the likes of Riyad Mahrez, whereas Guinea, their star man, Naby Keita's injured and is going to miss the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, that's the blow for Guinea, isn't it? You know, Keita, he just bustles around that midfield and breaks up play, but gets forward as well. But without that, they're losing a big part of their team. And Algeria, you mentioned Mahrez, you've got Rashid Ghazal, loads of players in there. They should have enough. And yeah, Madagascar, for how well they've done, it is a chance for them to get past the Congo side that maybe aren't as good as they probably used to be. But I still feel Congo will get past that one.
Finally then on Monday, 2 games as well. Ghana versus Tunisia and Mali v the Ivory Coast. I think it'll be Ghana and Ivory Coast will get through those two.
Yeah, the first game is tough to call for me, Ghana against Tunisia, because Tunisia are never an easy team to go up against. They'll try and keep it compact and tight at the back. Whether Ghana have got enough, you probably suggest they will just edge past that one, but I think it'll be very, very tight. You look at the other game, Mali against the Ivory Coast, even though the Ivory Coast aren't as good as they used to be in previous years and World Cups when they had the likes of Didier Drogba playing for them, they still should have enough to get past Mali.
So that's the last 16 then of the African Nations Cup. It's coming up over the next few days. Plenty of exciting games. Don't forget you can subscribe on YouTube and follow us on social media.